welcome, welcome. We had a little bit of a hiatus, but we are here again to be able to check in with you. And we have a great topic. Some of you will probably be really curious about this one. How do we say it? We said the topic being related to this idea of triggers.
Yes.
What is being, now look, we use this word a lot. I was triggered, in our marriages. I was triggered. Talk to me about what is being triggered?
So the thing I was thinking about is it in your control that you get triggered?
But what is triggered? What is that?
Triggered is when something is said or done
Okay.
that hits at an emotional hurt or wound that takes you back. It's almost like you're transported out of the moment into a moment that was a painful, hurtful experience, and you begin responding to that in the current moment.
Yeah, I know exactly. We use the word a lot, but just to be clear, is at that point when you're having a tense moment. Let's say you're either having an argument, a conflict discussion, or you're having an argument, or sometimes it could even be that your spouse will just do something
Or say something.
or say something. You may not even be in an
that
argument.
transport you emotionally.
Bam, and you're there.
Boom, you back in a moment where that was hurtful or traumatic for you.
Yep, yeah. And then when we get triggered, it tends to come when we get there. We're transported, we're kind of not really there anymore. And we get into that what you described before. You're talking about flooding.
Right.
That's when
You're flooded. That means your heart is beating real fast. I know for me, my head starts itching. It's an emotional response to being irritated or agitated.
yes, it's your body responds. So when we say trigger, sometimes people just say trigger when they just get annoyed or they get angry, and that's. Yeah, but we're talking more about what you described. It's when we get what we call flooded. The fancy phrase they give, diffuse physiological arousal. That's when your nervous system is totally geared up. Your heart is beating faster. Chemicals are being pumped. There's going to be a lot of energy and sensations built up in your body. Your mind is going to start racing. And like you said, you end up in that argument or in that moment with the love of your life,
Right.
that you vowed to be faithful to, the love of your life that you even as a Christian or not, that you vowed to do good to. Now you are going off verbally. You maybe even be throwing things, maybe yelling and
So
screaming.
now that becomes the question. So the question becomes, when you're triggered,
You're going off.
Or
You're
flooded.
You're feeling all this stuff coming up.
before you go off, do you have control over that?
Do you have control over that? What's the answer?
So I was thinking about it for myself. So let's say you say something or do something that plants me into an emotionally hurtful moment. Sometimes I could catch it and sometimes I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I think 95% of the time I could catch it though, because I feel it in my chest right here. And I make a decision that I'm not going to say another word. Because you can't take it, you can't pull the floodgate back, right? So I know I'm right here. I feel the agitation. I feel the irritation. I feel my fight reflex kicking in. Like I got to defend myself.
Yep.
So I know that I need to just shut my mouth. Because if I don't shut my mouth, it's going to pour out. And I got to stop, give myself time to calm down, calm the heartbeat, calm the defensiveness, calm the fight or flight, think it through, and then come back and address it.
Yeah. So from what I hear you saying is, we don't control the trigger coming.
Right.
But once we can notice and name and sort of like, wait a minute, I'm getting there. That's when you can do things like
Stop and take the 20.
stop and take the 20. Stop and the idea of see yourself getting there, you literally stop. When I stop, I just like to kind of take a moment, take a breath, pause, don't say anything, don't do anything,
Don't do anything.
and get out of that moment for at least, and this is what I've been trained to share with couples, at least 20 minutes, because it takes at least 20 minutes. If we're already elevated, our body has that arousal to go down. And when you do that 20 minutes, to not sit and think about it, like
ruminate,
right.
Like
I'm gonna take a walk, and then you take the walk,
how you gonna
and you're sitting there, yeah, I can't believe she said that to me. That's not gonna help you. But you take a walk, and you just really take a walk, or you put your earphones on, listen to some music, or
But
whatever.
you said something key. You said take yourself out of that moment. That's what you have to do. That's what the 20 is for. The 20
Yes.
is for you to realize
On both
it may
levels.
not be about this moment. It may be about
Well, I'm glad you said that. One
something
thing that I've
else?
been thinking a lot about, here's the deal, and that I've just seen this now. I have a deeper conviction about it now. And you'll notice it too. When we have those moments of being triggered in our marriages with our spouse, there's two things happening. There's the trigger,
okay.
but the truth is, the reaction that you're having is memory.
Wow.
It's a past. It's the past mixing with a trigger. That's why somebody else may not be as triggered as you are with the exact same circumstance. So we focus on what they did, but the thing that's happening in our bodies is the same thing that happens in our bodies while we're able to, and I'm saying sounds silly, while we're able to tie our shoelaces. It's implicit memory. It's in our bodies. Our bodies are reacting to something that happened to us in the past that's still fresh. And so, yeah, we got to deal with the issue that may have caused the problem. And just, there are times when I know I've done, or any spouse does stuff that's really off the top, but we got to deal with that. So I think it's both. So, and look, I want to be able to give you this encouragement. You may say, well, wait a minute, yeah, I get triggered a lot lately. Is to stop and take the 20. To stop, take a breath, give yourself 20 minutes before you dare go back into that conversation. That way you can stay in a state that is one where you won't do anything that you'll be having to apologize for later.
Yep.
Two, you will be able to maybe even solve, if there was a problem to be solved or discussed, you'll be able to get through it. I've seen more damage done to each other when people kind of keep things going.
Yep.
They keep sticking and goading, critical, hostile, aggressive, and attacking. And that never solves anything. I'm not talking about being angry. I'm talking about being critical, hostile, aggressive, and attacking. When we get into that state, nothing good is going to happen. So keep your body calm. What was that statement again?
Stop and take the 20.
Stop and take the 20. Try that strategy. Practice that. Maybe the next time you get triggered. And with that being said,
It's been great.
this has been great.
Find more of our videos on our YouTube channel, Mind Change. Let us know what you think. Add comments, ask questions, give suggestions for future topics. We'd love to hear from you.